Good morning and welcome back to the Beginner's Crochet Coil tutorials videos. Today's stitch we're going to be looking at is called a puff stitch. There are three types of textured stitches that look quite similar. You have a bobble, a puff and a popcorn, and they all have quite similar construction based on the double crochet stitch or half double crochet stitch, and it's just how you pull the stitches together. But for the purposes of the coil, we will be using the puff stitch, and it's a 3 half double crochet together puff stitch. That will all make sense as we do it. So if you remember the half double crochet stitch that we did before, it'll help. So basically what I've got here is 2 rows of single crochet with 11 stitches. So that's chain 11 and then, or sorry, chain 12, and then make 11 single crochet stitches and give yourself a couple of rows here so you can build upon that. So I have a single crochet in my first stitch here. So to make the puff, we yarn over, insert your hook and pull up a loop. You've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same place, pull the yarn through and pull it up to the same height. And again the third time, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up your yarn, and this time when you pull through all the stitches. Now what I'm going to do next is a single crochet into the next stitch. Now from this side it doesn't look like very much, but on the other side you have a little puff. Some patterns call for a chain 1 after you've done your puff. I don't use that one because I tend to get confused with my stitch counts when I do that. Some patterns describe it without the chain 1, others describe it with. So just check what way what way the pattern calls for that. So I'm going to do 2 more single crochets and we'll do another puff. 1, 2 and 3. So that's 3 single crochets and then we'll do a puff. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull the yarn through and pull it up. Yarn over, insert the hook into the same space, pull the yarn through and pull it up to the same height. Yarn over. You notice I keep putting my 4th finger here just to hold the stitches kind of back and make sure that they don't lose their tension or fall off the hook when I'm doing puffs. So now we have our 7 loops on our hook. So we're going to yarn over one more time and pull through all 7. That secures your stitch, and then I'm just going to do my single crochet in the next stitch to pull it down and make it puff out. So when you're doing a puff stitch, you're always working on the wrong side, and then when you turn around your work and look at the right side, you will see that the puffs appear. So back over again. So we've got 1 single crochet, so I'm going to do another 2. That's 2 and 3. I've got 2 stitches left, so I've got room for 1 more puff and then a single crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over again, insert your hook into the same spot, pull the yarn through. You now have 5 loops on the hook, yarn over again, insert your hook into the same place, pull the yarn through again. You now have 7 loops on your hook. So this is the stage where you pull it through. So that is a 3 half double crochet together puff stitch. You can do 5, but I think the 3 is big enough for this project. So that's the puff stitch. So when you work on the right side again, you will just work single crochet. So you can see your stitches along the top there, all the little V's. So if you work a single crochet into each stitch, so you still have 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Chain 1 to turn, oops, and don't want to lose my stitches. So that's your puff sitting in between the single crochet now. So the next row you can do more puffs again, and depending on where the pattern calls for them to be, on top of each other in between the spaces, you just follow the instructions as to how many you need to do. But for the purpose of this swatch, we'll just do them in the same place again. So chain 1 at the end, single crochet in the first stitch, then yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert your hook and pull up a loop, 5 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop. You now have 7 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 7, and then single crochet in the next stitch to make your puff. 2 more single crochet and then another puff. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook and pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook and pull up a loop. You now have 7 loops, pull them through, single crochet in the next 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3. Now another puff, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull up a loop. Let's get some more yarn. Okay, so you should have your 7 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 7 and single crochet in the last stitch. And you will now see that the little puffs sit on top of each other. So if I just chain 1, do a row of single crochet again just to frame them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, my center pull yarn is getting a bit frustrated here. 8, 9, 10 and 11. Just chain 1 to secure that there at the end. So there we have, you can see that we have 2, 4, 6 rows of single crochet, and in row 3 and row 5 we have the puffs, and that's the right side. On the wrong side is pretty flat actually. There's no puff, but you can just sort of see the shadows of where the gathered stitches are, whereas the texture on this side, you can see the 6 little puffs. Again, just to explain why I don't like the method that uses the chain 1 afterwards, is that you would increase 1, 2, 3 stitches in that little section, and you could end up with, instead of 11 stitches, you would have 14 at the end of the row. If you worked into every stitch, you have to be careful to miss that chain 1 after your puff. It does change the way that it sits more diagonally as opposed to more straight, but I quite like that way. So it just takes a wee bit of practice, so have a go at practicing your single crochet with puff. Do 2 rows of single crochet, and on your odd rows, your 3rd, your 5, your 7, whatever, do your puffs, and then do a single crochet in the other row. And to keep them sitting on top of each other, do the same amount of single crochet in between, and that keeps your spaces even. Okay, see you next time.